But record.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Team Call. We are Dundee and Marcy Nettles.
We're super excited that you guys decided to join us because this is where you can come in for team announcements, updates, and some knowledge, whether it's coming from us or from people that we asked to be part of the call, which we're doing really often. I hope you guys all went back and listened to the recording again that amazing Elite Pro 9 and FAB member Fred Graves did for us last week. It was amazing. If you haven't heard it, you must go and listen to it. And guess where you can do that? On our Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel, okay? Yep. Or you can go to the SoundCloud, Freedom Reigns SoundCloud account as well. Go there now and subscribe. Yeah, go and subscribe so that you actually get notification every time that we upload a new recording so that you know that there's something that you need to go check out, all right? Because we've got your back. We're here to help you out.
And your sides.
All right, so let's get into the announcements for this week maybe. Here we go. Let's go. There we are. All right, guys, you want to talk about Pro 2, Pro 3 Pacesetter?
Yes. So we're talking about database. We're talking about database, which leads to invites, which leads to enrollments, which leads to growing your business. And what better way to start that off with the understanding that there are two primary objectives once somebody gets an ID number. That is to become Pacesetter Pro 2 and earn some extra Benjamin, some dollars, $200. Doing it 2 months in a row. Then beyond that is to Pro 3 within the first 90 days to get an extra $250. So it's all about money in your pocket. And beyond that, what do we got?
Well, you know, first of all, we just want to get you guys started fast, right? That's what this racetrack's all about, is getting you started fast. And now we actually have, okay, come on there. The Pro 5 Hustle has been going on for a few months now. We know that there's quite a few of you that are running for it. And if you are getting close, please let us know where you're at and what your plan is and how we can help you accomplish it. Because this promotion ends this month. And you can actually, if you rank advance to the Pro 5 level by the end of this month, you are going to earn an additional $500 if it's the first time that you've ever been Pro 5. You maintain it next month, you're going to get another $750. And if you maintain it the third month, or when you do, because we know you will, you get an additional $1,000. How much money is that?
$1,000.
Yeah, but all combined.
Oh, $2,350.
Is it 23?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's $2,250. That's what I meant. Just saying if anybody was paying attention.
All right, guys. So we want to help you accomplish this incentive and this promotion that the company has offered you just for building your business, right? And for others, helping others grow theirs. So the incentive trip that's coming up, gosh, we already have one couple that's already qualified, Bob and Laura Robbins. We're super excited for them, but I know they don't want to go to Ireland alone. So let's make sure that we all keep working hard. Enrolling new customers and distributors gets you points. Helping other people that you've enrolled rank advance gets you points. And you rank advancing yourself gets you points, right? For this trip where you will be actually traveling August 24th through 23rd of, or sorry, 24th through 30th of this year. That would be hard, right? Hey guys, quick reminder, this Saturday is LifeVantage Academy. 23 cities around the country has a LifeVantage Academy coming to them. So make sure that if there's one near you that you are registered and get pre-registered now. The hosts of these events work their butts off to be able to provide a great venue and a great experience for everyone. So please get pre-registered. You have to pre-register before the end of Thursday to be able to get the $25 rate, or it goes up to $35 at the door. And I know that some areas where it's a long ways to travel to a LifeVantage Academy, they're actually offering virtual LifeVantage Academies now. You can find the details on bigbluecalendar.com. So go and check it out. Just make sure you attend somewhere this Saturday. And then Elite Academy is right around the corner. Charleston, South Carolina. I know. We're so excited to get there. Guys, what does waiting do for you?
Costs you more money every freaking time.
Yeah, and sometimes it gets you left out in the cold too, because a lot of the hotel blocks have sold out. And so if you don't get pre-registered, it's going to cost you more at the door. If you don't get your hotel booked, you might have to bunk with a roomie that snores. And if you don't get that flight, you just might have to ride a bus across country, and that's not always so fun. But Elite Academy is absolutely worth whatever you have to do to attend.
Even if you had to endure all of that.
Yeah, just go get it all done.
Just get it done.
Get it done.
Commit.
Okay? And now we are to our topic for the night. Do you want to explain what our topic is?
Yes, it is all about up-leveling your database to reach the level of success that you want, to meet your flat out business goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I made sure to put that in there because this is a business, guys. This isn't a hobby. This isn't just something you're trying to do for a little while. I mean, if it is, fantastic. But because it's a business, you should probably take it seriously like a business. So we're going to talk to you about the multiple dimensions of that very thing tonight by talking about how to build your database, where to get the names, how to get the names, when to stop if you're going to, and ultimately what your objective should be by giving you the choice to pick that for yourself.
Yeah, it's so important to understand that your names list is your business, right? In network marketing,
Totally.
Without a names list, you're not in business. And so we have to take it as serious as it truly is, because this is a very serious topic. And so we want to bring you some really great information, coming from Eric Worre again, and some information that he's taught and trained on for several years. So we want to make sure that you have what you need to be able to have that tool of your database being as big as you want your business to grow, okay? Because first of all, we want you guys to take a look here on our income disclosure statement. And where do you want to be? Seriously, what is your goal? Where do you want to be in your LifeVantage business? If you want to be a distributor through a Pro 3, awesome. That will take a different database than becoming a Pro 4 or a Pro 5. And it will definitely take a different database than becoming an elite distributor or a master distributor, right? So I really loved what Eric said in his, we're going to be working off of this, by the way, guys, and we will upload it to the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page into the files section. It might already be there because we have used it before because it's that good.
Yeah, hold on real quick. Let me just say something off the record, on the record, and if there's any way you could misinterpret this, I'm going to try to make it so succinct that you can't. What you just saw Marcy holding in her hands, I'm even struggling for the right words. This ultimate memory jogger isn't even really doing
memory
it justice.
Jogger on steroids.
It is something that if you follow this, and it's like 60 something pages, and don't let that overwhelm you by the number of pages. It's the content and how to do it. If you follow this, even if you follow it 50%, you will completely understand the value and power of a database and how your business is going to be built. Because like Marcy said, without a names list, you have no business. You have a desire, perhaps. Maybe you're interested, but you don't have a business. It's only when you quantify the names that are potential prospects on your business or on your database do you begin to build a business. And then we'll talk about how to get into the multiple steps of that. What are you doing?
Can you make sure, yeah, there you go. I wanted to make sure that you were muted so that when it did come up, that it wasn't lots of noise, because we want to interact with you guys on Facebook too. Okay, so when we're talking about this ultimate memory jogger.
But hold on. I don't mean to interrupt again, but this document that you see on your page right now, or on your screen, look at the monthly average. It's simple as this. Look at that category from $13 at the top to $110,739 at the bottom. These are monthly paychecks. So pick one there that would be okay if it hit your mailbox every month. In other words, would you be okay with making that amount of money? Or better yet, look at it this way. What amount of money would make it worth your time, effort, sacrifice, discomfort, and commitment to earn? Let that drive how you build your database. Because Marcy said it's a different database with each of those monthly incomes, but it's also a different way of strategizing how you use your database with each one of those different monthly incomes. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
It's okay. So we just want to talk about the 3 different types of network marketers, okay?
1, 2, 3.
And you get to identify yourself. We're not going to say, hey, Dondi, you're this one. Or, hey, Marcy, you're that one.
Right.
But we want you to identify yourself and decide if that's really where you want to be, or if you're ready to up-level your database to be in a different category of network marketer.
Because it makes a difference.
It does.
Big one.
So the 3 different areas or different categories of network marketers, as Eric Worre put it, is posers, amateurs, and professionals. So I'm going to give you a description the way he says it in his memory jogger, okay? So when it comes to finding prospects, posers make a mental list. Okay, it's all in their mind.
Thinking about it. Thinking about them people.
Of 4 or 5 people that will probably join their business. Then their whole future is based upon the response of those few people. If they're lucky enough to get one of them, then they can extend the life of their career for a short time. They might even make another mental list of 3 or 4 people. Hopefully they'll decide to stop being a poser and upgrade to the amateur ranks. But you know what's really sad is that 80% of all network marketers are in the poser ranks, guys. They never made their written list. They've never taken anything out of their phone and put it down on paper or off of social media and wrote the names out themselves. They are posers because they have not done those actions. So,
and let me clarify that. That doesn't mean they're bad people.
No.
That they're just acting as if. It means they really, and here's really the serious nature of why that number is 80%. The vast majority of them literally didn't know what to do, or they weren't given the proper example. It was sink or swim. And that is one of the, and let me just, this is going to be a very slight tangent. I'm going to come quickly back. It's one of the benefits of our compensation plan is that we have a generational matching bonus where we have financial incentives to help the people that we personally enroll and that they enroll and they enroll and they enroll. There's an incentive to work with them. In most companies, there is no such incentive. So once you enroll somebody, they met their need, you got the commission from them. There's no additional reason to continue working with them because their business really doesn't matter to you. And that's the unfortunate reality behind it. So most people just simply don't know what to do, or they didn't have proper leadership showing them, and they definitely didn't have this amazing document that Marcy's reading from.
Yeah, and you know, and all those things that Dondi just said is also another reason why so many people come and go in network marketing. Yeah. It's because of the lottery mentality. People think it's going to be easy and it should just happen, right? Or improper expectations and education. So it's our job to drive that 80% number down, right? We want so many fewer people being posers and a lot more falling up into either the amateur, because being an amateur is okay. If you don't want to be in the elite ranks, being an amateur is okay, right? But if you want to be an elite distributor, professional is where you have to shoot for. So when we're talking about the second group, the amateurs, instead of a small mental list, these people make a written list, okay? Key number 1, just like with goals, right? Yeah. If it's not written down, it's not going to happen, right? So writing it down, and that's the step in the right direction. But what if these people make a list of 100 prospects and then they charge out there with super duper excitement, not really knowing what they're going to do, and they burn through them really fast? They're very soon going to find themselves possibly in the same position.
Anxiety ridden.
Yeah. As a poser even, because you've went and blown through your names without learning how to truly invite people. So, you know, amateurs, they write the names down, but then they still don't have the proper education or guidance to be able to use those names properly. Eric says that it never occurred to him that finding quality people to prospect was a skill.
Totally.
And it truly is, guys. And just like any other skill, you can learn it, right? You don't have to be born with being a great prospector. You just need to want to and be willing to do what it takes and go where it takes to get the right people. So let's talk about professionals. So professionals start with a written list, but they decide it's never going to stop growing. So what they're going to do is they're going to make sure that every single day they are adding to that list in several different ways. I mean, gosh, guys, you know what? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but here in Arizona, our house gets super duper dusty. And it doesn't just happen all at once. It does it one dust particle at a time. So when you look at a table that's completely covered in dust, you know how many millions or billions of dust particles are on that table? There's as many people in this world, right? Out there, we just have to go and look for them. They're just not going to settle right in front of you. We have to go out and find them. So if you're ready to go out and find them, we want to start talking about that. And again, we're going to be using the ultimate memory jogger, as you can see up on the screen, Eric Worre, to help you build your database, okay? So let's talk about 4 different areas that, or 4 different steps. If you've decided that you want to become a professional or a high-level amateur, because high-level amateurs very often find themselves stepping over that line into professional.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens? You start doing the proper behaviors, you know, even a few times every day, for as many days as it takes for a long enough period of time to get the success, then you want more success.
Then you want more.
It's like you get addicted.
It's like everything else in life. Once you learned how to ride a bike and you took the training wheels off, you didn't just continue going in a straight line. You started doing turns. You started going with no hands. You started jumping off curbs and doing wheelies. It's the same thing. Anytime you learn a skill, you start to want to polish that skill and actually maybe be a little flamboyant and show off. No difference here. In fact, we encourage you to.
Yes,
go for it.
And again, guys, we will be uploading this, the Ultimate Memory Jogger, to the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page under the files section. I believe it's already there, but we will put it up there again, so it's up higher in the list for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing this now. Maybe. Where is that at? There it is. There we go. All right, cool. Because we just want you to be able to see us for a second, because we want to talk in depth on these 4 steps with you. Do you want to start out with step number 1 for professionals?
Yes. So, and just so you know, we don't have this stuff all embedded into our heads. We want to have prompts. So we've got it written on an easel right behind. So if you see us, our eyes deviating, that's what we're doing. Step 1, make a comprehensive list. Now, this is the easy part. Anybody you know, put them on the list. Your neighbor that you hate, put them on the list. Aunt Mary who didn't send you a Christmas card, put her on the list. Every single person you can think of, put them on the list. Old teachers, neighbors.
Put them on the list.
Put them on the list. People you just met, put them on the list. Anybody who you know, either through facial recognition or by name, put them on the list. So literally empty your mind.
Negative people.
Even negative people, especially negative people, because they clearly need some lowering of oxidative stress and improving of mitochondrial function. So put them on the list. Now, obviously, happy people, successful people, amazing people, connected people, put them on the list too. But just start with, don't exclude anybody, period. Do not prejudge anybody. Do not prejudge anybody. And say it again. Do not prejudge anybody. Because it's not the people you expect to build this business. Here's the crazy reality about people and about network marketing. The people that when Marcy talked about that 4 to 5 people that the posers put on the list, starting with mom and all their siblings until they exhaust them all. And then they go to their cousins next. It's kind of that family lineage. And then maybe a neighbor or a coworker. When you start thinking about people and you kind of get it, you go, oh my God, this person would be amazing. They know everybody, they can talk, they have no fear of anything, whatever it is. And those are the people that will most often let you down. It's the people that you didn't count on that come up and surprise you, because the people that you look up to, and it's kind of one of these things is that we'll maybe briefly mention it here, people that you look up to, people who look up to you, and people you're even with. Everybody fits into one of those 3 categories. So it's the people that are going to surprise you are the people you didn't even think to put on your list, and you didn't see it coming. And most of the people you think are going to be perfect for this, they probably won't. But that doesn't mean don't put them on the list.
Absolutely.
Put everybody on the list and let them weed themselves out before you weed even one out.
Even if you don't have their phone number or their email address or any way to get a hold of them, you need to put them on the list, okay?
Even if it's like the guy who bags groceries at the grocery store who wears overalls all the time. You might not even know their name, but just put it down and find out next time you interact with them, ask their name. And there's creative ways of opening the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And so in this memory jogger, again, there's going to be several pages of ideas of who you know, okay? So there's the members of your own family, a list you already have, which, speaking of lists that you already have, do you want to show them some of the lists that you already have? We've just found gold mines, by the way.
Yeah, because we're kind of
reestablishing. So before you do that, just a second. So this is the thing, guys. If you've been in this business for more than a year and you've already talked to your whole list, or at least you think you have, guess what? You can go back and talk to them again. 2018 was tough for a lot of people, and so things have changed. Things have changed for you. Things have changed for them too. So do not ever take somebody off your list. And now it's time to go back to that old database, okay?
So here's one. When I moved to Arizona from California in 2003, for the 6 months that they were building my practice out, I was out meeting people. And I joined this networking group called Latif International. These are all the people that were part of that networking group. I've still got all their cards. So guess what? I'm going to go back. Now, these are people that I literally haven't interacted with in 16 years. But I've got their cards. And even if they've got a disconnected number, I've still got 50 or 60 cards here. Before I opened my practice out here, I was a consultant for chiropractors all over the country. and I've got hundreds of my clients in here. These are all some of my old clients. So guess who's getting phone calls? These guys and gals that I haven't talked to in probably, oh my gosh, 15, 20 years.
A long time.
And then lastly, when I went through the Chamber of Commerce phase, I started this book, oddly enough, called Prospects.
Hey.
And it's get a business card, write something about our conversations, and see, some of them I've excluded because they said they weren't interested. But guess what? This was 5 years ago.
Things have changed.
The economy was different then. We had a different presidential administration. Things have changed, right? I'm going to go back and hit them all up again, because everybody who you don't hit up, the answer is no.
Yes, yes, yes. The answer is always no unless you ask. So for me, I went through and found some of my old stuff, which when I first started, I was so rudimentary. I had never done anything like this before, right? So here I am. Look at this, a little shoe box.
Nice pretty box.
And look, 3x5 cards with people's information on here that I have not looked at in years, right? Because they dropped off the planet, or I dropped off the planet. I know, right? It's time for me to go back to them. But how about all of these too that I have? I just don't have them put away as nicely. I've been gathering business cards. I have all of these. When I go out, I talk to people. I get their information. At one point or another, they were interested in hearing more. So it's time for me to go back to them and reach out. And then I just have, I mean, seriously, pages on pages. I mean, seriously, if you can look at this, look at these guys. These are all my old database. Do you see? Do you recognize this as the old blueprint tracking and accountability sheets? Guess what, guys? It's time for me to go back and add them to my new database. I'm going to transfer them from that old database onto my new database so that I can start looking into working them again. And so this memory jogger is going to be very valuable to you when you're building your database. And we really want to encourage you to go for 500 names. Yeah. You know, we both just joined the hashtag 500 Club for 500 new people on our database.
Doesn't include any of those over there.
No, none of those are included. So that's just a portion of what we have available to us. All we did is we went into Facebook, into our prospect list or our not LifeVantage people, and started writing down their names. It doesn't matter if we don't know them very well yet. Because we're going to start working on getting to know them. It's a connection.
Yep.
Right? So it's so important that you put all of the names together. So you're going to draw them from everywhere. So people that you can see and touch, and also from social media and from the past.
Right.
So let's get those lists together.
Stranger danger does not exist in network marketing.
No.
It's your friend.
Yes, just don't go into dark places by yourself.
And don't go knocking up on random vans with people in them. Just be smart.
Okay, enough.
And
Let's get serious here. Let's get serious. So that was step one, is getting your names list down on paper. Everybody, do not prejudge. Doesn't matter what type of personality they have, or if you have contact information for them, get them down on paper, because it's going to lead into step two, which is so huge. Yeah.
It has been proven through science, empirical data collection, that every single person knows 600 people by name. So step two is, who do the people on your list, who do they know?
Yes.
That you don't. Multiply every person on your list times 600. That is the potential, guys. So your aunt, who are her friends? Who did she go to high school with? What are her coworkers? Who are her neighbors? It's endless when you think about it. Step two is, who do your people know, or create a second level of connection.
Yes. So as you're doing that, this is why it's so important that you put everybody on that list, because that negative person, you really might not want them to reduce their oxidative stress or, be in business with you, because negativity breeds negativity, right? But guess what? They know lots of people. Who do they know? So let's start looking around them to see who they know, to broaden that names list so much further. Yeah. So much further. It's so cool. And who knows, that negative person just might be willing to personally introduce you to their positive friend, because their positive friend is really irritating them, and they'd like to pass that positive friend off to you.
And just think about the negative person. What are perhaps some of the reasons why that person is negative in the first place? Maybe their marriage is strained because they don't have enough money at the end of the month. Maybe their child is going through teenage finding friends problems, and they're hanging out with the wrong people, and they're stressed over their kids. Guys, I'm telling you, one of the things I love about network marketing is the community, is the type of people that are truly attracted to it. And so, and not to bash anybody who's negative, but they may not, because I don't think anybody is negative by choice. I don't think anybody is negative by birth. I think people are negative by circumstance. And if you have the ability to change even one of those circumstances, you could take the most negative person, change their life, and turn them into the most positive, happy, go lucky, loving person. So that's why I said, don't ever exclude not even a single name, and maybe seek out those negative people. Because as far as potential for transformation, if you talk about starting with people that are negative and the potential for greatness that they hold within them, if they haven't materialized or recognized yet, think of how amazing that would be for you, and how amazing it would make you feel by just changing one person's reality by sharing information with them that they were exactly ready for and praying for.
Yes. And you know, I feel like I need to put you on the spot just a little bit here.
Do it.
So on another level of that, don't wait to talk to people that you care about. Don't hesitate to reach out about this information if you have not caught up with someone in quite a while, because what we have in our hands could potentially be life-saving.
It's a hard pill to swallow. When my childhood best friend, 53 years old, we were raised together, just died of a heart attack the day after Christmas. And I've been trying to reach out to him for quite a while. When we were at Elite Academy in Anaheim, I was born and raised in Southern California, we tried hooking up then, and I didn't want to pitch him with our products. I just wanted to start from a friendship perspective because that's what we had in common. And I never had that opportunity. And if you look at the data that we have on studies, 5 of them are attached to heart disease. And so I look at that as a permanent black X on my heart, losing a dear friend because he never knew about Protandim. And that's my fault. I will take personal ownership of that. And I can't tell you that if he would have, that he would still be here. That's not what I'm saying. But the potential is there, and I'll never know. And I want that to be motivation for me to never have another one like my friend Craig, who died way too young, but of a heart condition, and you'd never have seen it coming. And when you improve oxidative stress and you improve cellular function, it also affects the cardiovascular system. So thank you for putting me on the spot. It didn't put me on the spot. It just anchored why we do this. And it's that negative person or that person who you don't know, it could change their life until it's too late. And that's where I'm at right now. And it's a hard thing to talk about, but I hope it empowers you, because it definitely did me.
Yeah. So, and I know we're getting to the point where the call should almost be over. So we want to just run through these step 3 and step 4 with you, because it's really just about expanding your list on a daily basis. So step 3 is expanding your list on a daily basis. So it means that you're not going to go out to network, but be networking while you're out. Prospect while you're out. Be a good person. Be kind. Smile. Develop relationships with people and start conversations. It's super easy, especially for us women, to look at another woman or even a guy and compliment them on something. And a compliment is the best way to start a conversation and then connect using, Facebook is the easiest way to connect with someone now, because people will connect with you on Facebook heck a lot faster than they'll give you their phone number anymore.
Yeah, so, and let me put you on the spot by putting you on a pedestal. The day of my friend Craig's funeral, we went out to dinner later that night at a restaurant called Outback Steakhouse in Southern California, in Moreno Valley, California. And we were being served, and our waiter was just truly amazing. He was an awesome guy, personable, conversation starter, very articulate. And at the end of our meal, Marcy just went and complimented him and it wasn't false praise. Let me just be straight. You don't ever want to compliment somebody or overly compliment them if it's false praise, because they know in their heart it's not real. But when someone knows that that's something they take pride in, they receive it well. And his name was Vance, named after Bagger Vance, the golf pro. And that was his name, amazing guy. And Marcy complimented him, and he sat down and we engaged him in conversation. Turns out the guy, and Marcy asked him, "Is this what you do full time?" And he said, "No, I'm actually a pool professional." He's a professional pool player, or billiards, if you know what that is.
He runs tournaments.
He runs tournaments.
In Vegas and all over the world.
He just spent a year in Las Vegas running pool tournaments at all the casinos, and the guy's super, super connected. So he's not working at Outback because he needs money. He's working at Outback because he needs something to do, because there's seasons to what he does. There's seasons to that type of an approach in Las Vegas. But had we not gone in there and been open and be complimentary of people. This is just about being a human being to another. Whether you ask for their contact information or give them your card, just compliment people because it makes their day, and it made a wonderful relationship. Now we're all connected on Facebook, and who knows where it could go. He's got literally thousands, tens of thousands of people. I think 30,000 people or more on his YouTube channel. It's just amazing how you can make those contacts. And this just happened 2 days ago. We were walking our dog in the neighborhood, and we went to our mailbox, and there was a flyer on the mailbox. We have community mailboxes, and it was a flyer for a lost dog. And it said, and Ruby was the name of this dog that was lost. And it said, if you see my dog, please text me. And I simply text her and I said, hey, have you found Ruby yet? We're praying that you have. And she texts me back, yes, thank God we found her. Thank you so much for reaching out. Oh my gosh, how what a blessing you are. What's your name? And we started like a 20-minute texting exchange back and forth because I text somebody who had a lost dog, took a picture of my daughter and our dog and sent it to her via text. And now we've got this relationship. Her name is Karen, and we've got this developing relationship over calling on a flyer. So step 3 is constantly expand your list. Look everywhere. There's, like Marcy said, people are like particles of dust. They're everywhere, and most of them have a mouth and ears and know how to use them accordingly. So just engage. If it's just starting with a compliment.
So, and then step 4, let's finish this up quickly, is networking on purpose. So if you're going to join something, or go looking for a group of people, join activities that you love to do so that you can be around people that you might really have something in common with, right? So there's lots of different examples of this. So different hobbies and interests. How about if you like to work out, join a gym where you know that there's a level of people that you'll enjoy interacting with. Right. How about hiking, shooting? Some people like to go shooting clubs, right? There's crocheting clubs. You can go to the library and play board games with other people. There are so many different things. How about, Dawn, you mentioned our dog, the dog park. Going to the dog park, because people, seriously, I have to tell you, people
love their dogs.
Well, they do, but people that take their dogs to dog parks
are very social people.
They love their dogs because they don't just take them out for a quick walk so they can do their business. They actually put them in the car, drive them to a park so that their canine baby can play.
And it's not just for that. They are very social people. They're going to, so their dog can play with other dogs, but they're also going to socialize with other dog owners.
Yes.
Perfect opportunity to add to your database and just build friendships.
Yeah. So that is the step 4 of those 4 steps to becoming a professional network marketer and in building your database. Okay. So we will be uploading this so that you have it, so that you can download it for yourself and work on it. I mean, it has even sheets and sheets and sheets for you to add your names in, divide them into 5 different lists that you can learn about inside the memory jogger. But we definitely want to thank every single one of you for joining us tonight on the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday call. But reminder, tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, is the live opportunity overview. Guys. So it'll be streaming through Facebook. It will also be on Zoom. Email will go out after this call, and also post on the team Facebook page. So guys,
keep an eye out for
thanks so much. Don't forget to go subscribe to the Team YouTube channel, Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel, and Freedom Reigns SoundCloud, so you can catch all the recordings of these calls that you miss. So thanks for joining us. We love you, and we look forward to building this business with you.
Right. Peace.
I know, we're crazy.
Love you guys.
Sorry, guys. I apologize. Sometimes we're just nuts. Love you.
All the time.